Hey everybody, J Square John Jeremy here. I am back online in the state of Utah. It looks like everything made it through the move okay. One of the very first things I did was unpack everything electronic and make sure everything was okay, and it looks like we're good to go there. I actually picked up a camera before I left for Utah, so that's why I'm doing this in person in front of you all. Hope to do more of these in the future, but before I talk a bit about what I want to do for the future, I want to talk about something that actually happened in my recent past. You see, right before I left for Utah, I had an opportunity to actually go to San Francisco to meet with Ubisoft and the developers of a game called Toy Soldiers War Chest. This is the third Toy Soldiers out in the series, and it's actually coming out this Tuesday. So I wanted to make sure that one of the very first videos I put up was this one, talking about my experiences in San Francisco. We're going to showcase a bit of the single player. We're going to showcase a multiplayer match that we managed to get, and as well as a short discussion with one of the Ubisoft employees on site. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Again, I'm looking forward to regularly scheduled uploads to YouTube. Still need some time to get into the rhythm for that, but until next time, this is J Square John Jeremy signing off, saying so long and take care.
Alright, so here we have the first gameplay that I can see here, and that's Bubble Brook. So Bubble Brook is one of the game maps for Toy Soldiers War Chest, and we'll be playing with the He-Man character for this single-player portion of this preview. Now, having never played Toy Soldiers in the past, I had no idea what the game was expecting me to do here. We kind of learn as we go along here, and the very first thing that you need to do in Toy Soldiers is to build defenses. So it's a tower defense based game, and with tower defense, obviously you want to make sure that you've got your areas properly covered. As you can see, I'm going through the different options here just to figure out exactly, what we can do. In the upper right hand side, you can see actually the waves that are going to be arriving during this time period. So you can see right now I'm not really paying attention to that basically. So I know what's coming in, or I can know what's coming in and prepare my defenses properly for those waves. In this case, I didn't really, and just kind of randomly put things wherever they were. But you can, in fact, control your turrets or any other defenses that you place on the map directly. So in this case, I was just handling my machine gun, my defensive machine gun or laser gun, and at this point now I'm just targeting all the enemies that are coming through our bridge here, which is pretty nice. Now, in the bottom right and bottom left hand side, you can see a power bar, and as you defeat enemies yourself, this power bar is going to rise. And you can notice the little icons on the left hand side on the right hand side of the power bar. The icons indicate what abilities you'll get when reaching those points. In this case, we'll soon get the ability to activate our He-Man special character here. And here we're about to activate He-Man, and He-Man's now available. I'm going to go ahead and activate him. And what's really interesting is the music that immediately launches when you activate He-Man or any of the other special characters here. It was a wave of nostalgia for me personally. Immediately being able to hear the theme for He-Man in the game, and then being able to use him as a heroic character was pretty nice. It evokes, again, that feeling of nostalgia that really kind of brings you in. Now, as you can see here, He-Man is a melee character. He's using his sword here to take out the enemy. I was thinking that they were like Care Bear types, but they're not exactly Care Bears, but look very similar too. And I'm just slashing all the way through here. Now, notice that that's right underneath him, and slightly to the left of him, and at the bottom is his battery life, as well as his regular health. If he does not die within that battery time period, and you do not find another source of battery power, which you can find battery packs on the map, He-Man or any of the other special characters will automatically disintegrate. Otherwise, you can see that he also has a regular health bar. If his health bar is brought down to 0, he will also disintegrate, and you will not be able to use him anymore. In this case, you can see I'm up against these unicorns here, and these unicorns kicked my ass. I was unprepared for them. They are too strong for He-Man for some reason. so I was not able to defeat those guys. Now here, we started a multiplayer match between myself and another one of the participants of the group that went to San Francisco here. We're both playing with G.I. Joe as our hero here. And I thought that the multiplayer portion of Toy Soldiers War Chest definitely exceeded the single-player campaign, and I'll tell you why as we go through this. So again, the very first thing that you need to do is basically to prepare your defenses, or in this case, in my case, I was the first one attacking, so I needed to pick all of the waves that I wanted to attack with, and then I'm using my special character here, G.I. Joe, to support those waves. Now, as you can see here, I'm still getting used to the controls, basically. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, and we were not told in advance of anything that we could do in this game, so that comes into play a bit later, but right now, you can see I'm trying to go one-on-one with a machine gun emplacement, and right now I'm thinking to myself, you know, duck and weave, combat rolls always work well, right? So just I continuously combat roll for whatever reason, and I'm just shooting at the thing with my machine gun. Eventually I figure out that I've got grenades, so I start to throw those grenades at one point to take out those embankments, but again, while I'm doing that, my soldiers are running past his embankments trying to make it to his toy box, and that's how you actually defeat your opponent, by attacking his toy box. There go the grenades. So my goal is to try and take out his defenses and allow my units to actually enter his home base, his toy box, as it were. Now again, notice that my battery is running out right now, so if I can find another battery source, I won't be able to use G.I. Joe, and in fact I don't, so he will disintegrate.
Fight on, Joe!
Now we're going to go ahead and switch up, and we're going to play on defense pretty soon, but you can see here that we finished up our wave, and we weren't able to do any damage to the guy. We're feeling each other out right now. We both pretty much have no idea what we're doing, so we also have no money in order to really do anything, so now it's my turn to build the defenses to defend my toy box from my opponent here. And as you can see, I'm just kind of feeling things out right now, and I don't really know what's going to be happening. I'm assuming he's going to be utilizing a lot of infantry like I did my first round, so we're just going to go back and forth over here. And now again, I'm actively using my turrets to take out my opponent's waves here. Now I know that he also has a special hero that he can use. He also has a G.I. Joe that he can use here. So I'm on the lookout for him as well. Notice the arrows are pointing to special areas that I want to pay attention to. In fact, one of the arrows is in fact pointing to that special character. Actually, it's not. I'm actually attacking his special character right now, and I will be taking it out right about now, I think. Yep. So an enemy here has been defeated. He no longer has the capability of utilizing that hero for a certain time period. I think it's like 20 seconds or so. But his troops are getting closer to my toy box. So now my focus is entirely on his troops and ensuring that they don't cross that perimeter and access the toy box. Now notice while I'm doing all of this, I'm actually getting money in the upper left-hand corner here. And the money is practically the most important thing here. Because with the money you can do upgrades, you can do enhancements to your weapons, to your defenses, and build more, which is the most important thing. You need to be able to build more and build fast here. So at the end of that wave, we come out and it's even Steven. We haven't done any damage to each other. So in the next wave, again, it's my turn to attack, and in this case, what I decided to do was, since I had the extra cash, I was going to try and utilize some armor here. So I was going to go ahead and pop in some infantry, and then I was going to pop in some armor as well. Just some tanks to roll around with. And again, I'm still using my special character here of G.I. Joe to try and support my waves as I make my way over to the enemy base. And again, combat roll is kind of the way to go for me as far as movement. I just think it's faster, although it's probably just a placebo, and it made no difference how fast I was going. And I always like to go for that one turret right there. It's just that it's the one that's closest to G.I. Joe when I spawn with him. So I start attacking immediately with my grenades, and then he, bam, quick shots me, and I've got no G.I. Joe anymore. So currently, I think I'm out of action until I get G.I. Joe back into the fight here. So now my character's respawned here, and we're back into the fight. And notice my armor is going through his defenses pretty easily. He doesn't really have too much armor, anti-armor defenses right now, so he's forced right now into trying to attack with his anti-infantry guns. And while he's doing that, I'm again attacking his defenses with my G.I. Joe character, and we're actually getting past his defenses now at this point. And again, my combat rolls are the key to victory here. Now, I got scared for a second because I could see his G.I. Joe special unit character, and I was worried that he could control that character, but he chose not to. He was focused on his defensive capabilities. Turns out you can, in fact, control your character, and we'll find out a bit more about that later on in the video here. But as you can see now, I'm actually doing damage to his toy box here, and we finished up with 30 damage to his toy box. He's now down to 70 health. And that trend kind of continues here as we move on. Now, at this point, I've now started to utilize aircraft as well. So now I've got some Dragonfly choppers taking out his defenses here, and we're again on the attack here. He wasn't able to do anything for me on his wave 2 attack, so now we're on to wave 3 of my attack, and again, my choppers are going in. They're taking out his defenses. He's got no anti-air right now either, so we're just bombarding him with some cannon fire and some missiles from the dragonflies, and eventually those dragonflies will make it into his base. Now, notice what I'm doing right here. It comes into play later. I'm actually I'm upgrading my defenses. But while I'm upgrading my defenses, notice how my button placement starts. It'll start at the control stick, and I don't realize it yet, but that control stick option while you're attacking is key in this match, because at this point I have no idea what's about to happen to me. But we will soon see what in fact happens. So now it's my opponent's turn to attack, and we're joining in the middle of round 3. And now I've upgraded my defenses here. I'm looking pretty good right now. We've actually got him down to 60 health, and I've still got 100. So I'm looking pretty good right now. I'm thinking, yeah, okay, we're doing good. I might, this might be a good video. You know, I might showcase a victory here. You know, I'm okay with that. And I'm going through and upgrading my turrets and my options here, and then all of a sudden, I start seeing some enemy fire. And I'm just wondering, like, where's that fire coming from? I don't know exactly what's happening here. I'm turning my unit right now just to try and see what's going on, and it's happening really fast. And all of a sudden now, I'm losing my defenses, and I'm rebuilding. And I'm like, I don't see any weapons. The wave screen doesn't show me anything about what's attacking me right now. It's nothing that's coming at me that's attacking me. And then I start to see that the line of fire from his defenses is actually what's coming at me. And so now he's forcing me to build new defenses, upgrade them, and attack his units. And at this point now, there's no way for me to, at quick enough speed, repair everything and attack his forces at the same time. Plus, have to worry about the fact that he's still destroying me with his defensive line. So now it's just a matter of how quickly can I rebuild, fire on his forces, and repair my units before he destroys me again. So now all of a sudden I'm seeing my lead vanish, and I'm looking over them like, what's attacking me? What's going on here? And it's that damn laser cannon he's got in the center of his field right there that's just targeting all of my defensive units. He doesn't care anything about attacking me with his hero anymore. Now he's found a better plaything, and that's his actual defensive line. So now we're down to 64-60 at this point. And I've got only a 4-point advantage here. And now I still haven't quite figured out what's happening. I know that he's attacking me with his defensive line. And at this point now, he's got the advantage, actually, because since he's the one who figured it out first, he's got the advantage because I haven't built up my defensive line to withstand that attack. And plus, he's getting all this money here for doing that. Notice I'm down to $4 here. That's not very good. Again, money is key here, and now I'm just trying to get as much money as possible at this point. So again, I'm going for that one turret there, and I'm still using my hero And that turns out to be a very bad move on my part because my hero, in comparison to using my defenses, is far and above the lesser of the two options. And as you can see here, we've now come to the point where it's 31-32. And this is my last chance to bring the match to a close for a victory on my side here. And I am just trying to do my damnedest. Now, at this point, I figured out what he's doing entirely. And I'm just trying to do my damnedest to destroy his defenses enough to allow my units to come in there for a victory. And you can see I'm going back and forth between my units. I'm like, we're going to upgrade this. We're going to upgrade this. As soon as I get more money, we're going to upgrade this. And I'm just trying to do as fast as possible in order to destroy his defenses, because he's also built up his defenses at this point, and now I'm firing at him as fast as I can, as hard as I can. I'm forgetting about my hero now at this point, but notice I only brought him down to 14 health in that round. So I'm down to 31, he's down to 14. It's now his turn to attack and my turn to defend. And unfortunately, after all that back and forth, it comes down to 19-14 as we return to the battle here, and I can't repair my defenses fast enough. Now at this point, I'm even scrambling enough to actually use my hero on defense, but it doesn't work. And he manages to bring his forces into my toy box, and I lose that match. He figured out the opportunity first. I was too late to figure it out in the draw, and that is my defeat in my multiplayer match.
Hey everybody, J2 John Jeremy here, and I'm with Josh here from Ubisoft. And Josh, we have just gone through a bit of Toy Soldiers, and what can you tell me about the game?
So Toy Soldiers War Chest, so it's the newest game in the series from the guys up at Signal Studios, and it's bigger and better than ever. We got all kinds of content in this game, lots of cool new stuff, and I'm glad you got to check it out. Yeah, we just spent a couple minutes over here checking out the game, and you guys have already seen the gameplay of it. I mean, He-Man, G.I. Joe, I mean, there are some nostalgic feelings that I'm feeling right now, and I mean, what was the process for you guys to get these licenses? Yeah, well, we wanted, Signal had this idea, they wanted to capture that like childhood memory. Like we all grew up, I don't know, you're probably the same as me, you grew up with, all the toys just in my room, they would all sort of battle together. Sure. In my mind, they all lived in the same world, right? Like I didn't really have a separation, they just all fought together. So that was really our dream, is to get those, I wanted G.I. Joe versus He-Man, and to see those guys together on the battlefield. So,
and now we can. So, yeah. First Toy Soldiers was World War I. Okay, and then we went into the Cold War. What's this latest Toy Soldiers about? So
this is the War Chest. The first two are very specifically themed, very tight in scope and very specific. This one is all bets are off, bigger and just wild. There's 8 armies in this one, so it's literally a little bit of everything. Trying to, everyone has different toys, right? Like I think everyone sort of has their favorite or whatever they liked, whatever toy they had. One of the guys on the team, like his parents never bought him G.I. Joes. He was very bitter about that. And so he's like, everyone's got their thing. And so that was the goal with War Chest, is literally like, it's kind of what we thought, or the battles we imagined, and sort of the little stories we created between them as we played. It's very, it's a lighthearted game. It sort of pokes fun on a lot of those things. And it doesn't take itself too seriously, but I think it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I would agree. And so with Toy Soldiers, it was Xbox Live, one of the biggest Xbox Live titles out. Now we've gone into multi-platform. Yes. So can you talk to me a bit about that relationship and how you guys grew that?
Yeah, so Signal was partnered with Microsoft to create this game and work with them when Signal was looking for another publisher, and they sort of got the rights to the game they created, and they were looking for someone to work with. And we loved it. We really liked the games they made, and we really liked their idea for this one. So because of our position, obviously we want to get it to as many people as possible, bringing it to Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC, trying to get it out to everybody.
Very cool. Very cool. Can you talk to me a bit about the what the plans are after launch?
Yeah, so leading up to launch, we've got 2 more armies that we haven't showed yet, so we'll be coming out and sharing that with everyone here soon. Cool. So I'm pretty excited about that. And beyond that, there's more stuff that we'd like to do. Right now, the team is heads down focusing on getting to launch. But
awesome.
We'll be talking more about everything else later.
Fantastic. I can't sneak a launch date by you by any chance, or?
It'll be coming soon. That's all being worked out. That's beyond mine. I'm just working on the game.
Gotcha.
But no, we'll be sharing that soon. We're lining up some cool stuff for it, and we'll have more info coming out.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Josh.
All right.
Appreciate it. Thank you.